Hi everybody and welcome once again to Lightning TV, brought to you of course in association with Oak Hill Voice. Now it's a backward weekend a bit for Lightning this last weekend, of course, away to Leeds in Coventry on Saturday night. Raiders were visitors to the Milton Keynes Arena on Sunday night. Let's go and check out the action. But for the time being, it does of course mean that Lightning run with one import. With a signing deadline, if Kovar's injury proves to be more serious, signing deadline coming up this next Friday. So time for Lightning to do something should the injury be long term for Robin Kovar, but not that much time. This time round it's Conley, I think it is. Good hit that time round, spun round, and there's a penalty coming on that play. And that looked like, well, it's a tripping call. I don't know whether they can have a quick look at that. It's called as tripping. It looked like a decent hit. We'll have another quick look at it. Puck comes up, breaks. Difficult to see how that would have been a tripping call, I've got to be honest. Looked like a perfectly decent open eyes hit. Comes off a stick that time round and finds his way to Sivkovsky. He goes for a skate and just dishes it over to the left hand side. Powers it away, goes all the way around the Lightning goal. Luchenko just feeds it through. Griffin went down. Good work there by Grinnell Park. Jameson finding his way through the middle. And that's no goal! And it was Grinnell Park that fed it in. Jameson coming in back post. 6:03 remaining in the first. And he just comes off the stick. You're just arriving late. Frustration there. I couldn't see whose stick it came off. But they all count. Lightning take the lead. Just under 14 minutes gone in the game. Sylvester. Credited to Rio Grinnell Park. Jameson looking to clear the zone. Sylvester in there again. Stewart with his stick in there. Christie just pushes it round the boards and it'll be covered by Sam Russell. His brother not playing tonight, and that's straight away. Raiders equalise. Great passenger play. And that's all the way down to Sylvester. Jake Sylvester, who just kept going and going and going there. Never gave up on that play. Great bit of play. Just chased that puck down, chased and chased and chased. It was never loose. And beat Stones over to his right-hand side. Carlon couldn't quite get his stick on it that time round. Opportunity now. Ransom spreads it out to the right-hand side in the shape of Luchenko. Luchenko tries to feed it across ice. Christie came off both his skates and he just lost sight of it. And Novak with a shot. And that's another goal. And it's Novak who takes the lead for Raiders. Unfortunate bounce as he came off the two skates of Lewis Christie. 3:45 to go. It's a 2-1 game. Novak again. Beats Stones down to his left-hand side. Novak breaks down the right-hand side, leaves Grant McPherson. Good skill there. Puck drops just in front of Stones and McPherson comes away with it. It's taken off his stick though by Carlon, who goes for a skate now. Good work by Tom Carlon, and Carlon scores! Drops his stick in celebration and levels it with 1:55 to go. Great work from Carlon. Picked it up from the stick of Grant McPherson, goes for a skate. Just goes round his man, just digs it up. So Kana and Novak will contest the face-off. Right-hand side, just underneath this noisy travelling Raider support, and it's Kana that breaks away. Luchenko looking to provide the cover. Kana goes out front. And the Lightning bench are going to have to calm themselves down here because they're throwing a lot of verbals in the direction of the officials and going to get themselves a penalty if they're not careful. And the period ends with the scores level at 2 apiece. And we're underway 4-on-4 for at least the next 1 minute and 1 minute 15 seconds, beg your pardon. With possession with Raiders, and Connolly now just picks it up behind his own net. He'll go for a bit of escape. Kana, Cowley supporting, Ferguson on the ice as well. Ferguson looking to provide the traffic just in front of James's net. Couldn't get it all the way through. Cowley picks it up with a second bite of cherry though. Kana almost leaves the puck behind and gets his pocket picked. Good work there by the Lightning import. Connolly against Cowley. And great work there by the Lightning captain to cover back. 29 seconds to go on the Lightning power play. Good work there from Luchenko to just take the puck away from Stewart as the stretch pass came in. Kana can't quite get the pass away. Jameson finds Harry Ferguson in front, and it's a power play goal that puts Lightning ahead 3-2 with 8:10 to go in the second period. Great work by Lightning that time round. Good covering back. It was Kana just managed to hold it up, gives it to Jameson. Ferguson can't believe his luck. It just arrived. He's got virtually the empty net to poke the puck into. 3-2, Lightning lead. McPherson, Stokes on the blue line. Jameson arriving late. Just cycling it round, just comes away from his stick, but he managed to get it on a skate. Now push it around the boards as far as McPherson. In fact, McPherson leaves it. Tanaka just lost it then, and Luchenko was there as well. That's nothing called on that occasion. Green goes over. Raiders on the break. Good defensive work there, but 2 in front. And Raiders equalised through Connolly. And he had numbers there. And the bench, the Lightning bench, wondering why there wasn't a call there. Good work by Raiders. They had numbers down there, playing to the whistle, and in the end it was Connolly that equalised. 3:25 to go. Face off now to the right hand side of the Raiders goal. Just over a minute remaining in this second period. Tanaka again, 30 seconds remain on the penalty. Jameson fires it through. James misses that. A lead Jameson. Well, I think there's a tip in front of goal. And I've got a feeling that could have been Harry Ferguson again. Good work there once again. Lightning just managed to pull Raiders out of position. Jameson fires it in. And I've got a feeling that Ferguson got a last touch on that. 2 goals for Harry Ferguson. And Lightning regain the lead. Power play goal, of course. That'll put Raiders back to full strength, and we've got a minute and 2 seconds to go in this period. So Bulldog and Cowley down for the face-off. It was Cowley that wins out last 20 seconds of this second period. Jameson fires the puck down the far end, and Tanaka will pick it up. Tanaka looking to do so here, and he goes over, and nothing called again. Jameson. And the buzzer goes. An eventful second period. Sees Lightning go in at the end of that 20 minutes. The score is Milton Keynes Lightning 4, London Raiders 3. So, Cowley and Kayata to get the game underway. And straight away it's on a Lightning stick. Cowley. Tanaka for support. Goes up there as well. Pitchley fires it out front, picked up by Kana. Green goes diagonal, gives it back to Tanaka. Tanaka now with the shot, goes wide. It was Raiders' stick was in there. Cowley just drops it to Tanaka again. Tanaka thought he'd lost it for a second. Cowley with the shot! And that doubles the lead. Almost 5-3. Not 6-3. Good work that. Tanaka kept hold of it, kept going. Thought he lost it initially, but kept going with it. Just throws it out front, and Cowley's there to push it to the left-hand side of James. 5-3 it is. So not quite double the lead. 15 minutes exactly to go in this third period. Hopefully we'll get no stoppages so Rachel and Hugh can have their roast chicken. Opportunity now through the centre. Novak. Good shot. It's bounced away from Stones. And Brandon Stones will be absolutely gutted about that. The shot just came in. Stones thought he had it. It skipped away from him and just crept in that near post. And Brandon Stones will be gutted. 14:48 to go. Novak wasn't that much of a challenging shot. He's let it get away from him. And he'll be cursing himself. Up against Piatek. Wins that. Cowley. Khan awaits on the blue line. Can't come to him. He was winding up for the one-timer. Carlon providing traffic in front of the net. Stewart goes in. Tries to go short side on James. Picks up the rebound. Cowley. Tanaka waits as well. Cowley drops to Stewart. Stewart gives an opportunity to go in and picks it in. Straight in. And back out again. Hits the back of the net. Liam Stewart restores that lead. It's 6-4. And after a couple of weeks where he hasn't managed to pick up anything, Stewart gets himself back on the score sheet. And then some. 13:05 to go. Power play goal, of course. That will put Raiders back to full strength. Jameson gives it to Tanaka. Just drops it around Tanaka, brings it around front, and James gets something. Oh, it's another goal! And it's Harry Ferguson with his hat-trick for the game. And there's another penalty coming on Raiders because there was a hook on somebody straight after, and I think that's been washed out. Now, I'm not entirely sure. Tanaka goes in, Ferguson gets the goal, and just off the play, there was a penalty called. Face-off won by Jameson that time round. Carlon with it on his stick, 45 seconds to go. Stewart couldn't get anything on it. Connolly. Can they find a way through? Got to get the 2-goal deficit back. Puck is fired around the boards. And to be fair, if Lightning can just keep them at a safe distance, they'll be happy with that. Raiders down the right-hand side. Connolly again. Just stopped for a second. Sylvester, robbed by Stewart. What can Liam Stewart do? Get away from his men. Just passes it through, just goes slightly wide. Doesn't normally miss goals like that. 7 seconds to go. And Lightning will pick up 2 points, which people thought might be a little bit unlikely with the injuries and everything else. And the buzzer goes. And the final score is Milton Keynes Lightning 6. London Raiders 4. So a welcome 2 points on Sunday night with a 6-4 win for Lightning over Raiders, of course. And after the game, I caught up with both head coaches. Lewis, a loss, of course, in Coventry against Leeds last night, and probably more seriously the injury to Robin Kovar, but you'd take that tonight?
Yeah, we needed that tonight. You know what? There was probably certain elements of the game we weren't great in tonight for 2 periods, but the third period there was a hell of a battle, and the boys, every single one of them, you know, we were playing 4D towards the end. Everyone engaged in that battle, and we got what we deserved. You know, 2 points was what we needed. 2 points is what we got, and we definitely deserved the 2 points. Yeah.
It's been a really bruising weekend, one thing or another. We'll come on to Kovar and Griffin in just a second, but everybody out there is carrying bumps, and you're going to need a few days to recover, ready for Telford next weekend. Yeah,
you won't find a hockey team this time of year where anyone's not got something wrong with them. But yeah, obviously the injury to Covey last night is going to hurt. He's had such an impact since he's been here, and he obviously had a real good partnership that he'd struck up with Stewie. We'll see what happens in the next sort of 3-4 days. We'll try and get someone in if we can. because we don't want to put ourselves behind the 8 ball. If he's not going to be able to return the rest of the season, hopefully he is. Best case scenario he will be. Worst case he won't be able to return. So we'll see what we can do in the next sort of 24, 48 hours with regards anyone that could come in and help us out a little bit. And then obviously, like you said, Griff got hurt there tonight. No idea the extent of that, and probably won't until he's been and seen been to the hospital and got an opinion from them. So let's watch this space on Griff, and fingers crossed.
Tight game tonight, and I was just talking to Sean Easton. It was a case of pretty much end-to-end stuff, and Raiders showed that they're dangerous, aren't they? As soon as we hit them, they can come back and hit us.
Yeah, they are, and I've said this during the week. Since we played them last week, if you give them a chance, they're pretty opportunistic. They can take those chances, and we did. We gave them too many chances tonight. They scored 4, but we were good tonight in the way that once we finally got our noses in front, we kept it, and we battled, and we kept that. We pretty much stayed out of the penalty box. We didn't have a whole lot of killing to do, I'm thoroughly pleased with the result tonight.
Yeah, discipline was really, really good tonight, but for a couple of soft calls, and there were a couple of questionable calls out there tonight.
I don't want to say too much about that, but I've never seen a guy given a penalty for lifting a stick before. The inconsistency was astounding tonight. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, we do have to say it's the same for both sides. Sean had the same frustration. So you got to pick the guys up now, keep them going for this week, get those bruises tended to, and everything else. Big game next Saturday night, Telford.
Huge game. I don't know any other results from tonight yet. I'll check that out in a minute. But Telford have not had it quite their own way the last couple of games. I'm not sure how they got on tonight, but they're a good team. We've had 4 games against them, two wins, 2 losses, and obviously they're going to come in here looking for points to keep their lead at the top of the table. And we want 2 points because we want to get this train back on the tracks.
And it just goes to show as well, over Sunday night, over 1,500 people in this arena tonight, providing loads and loads of noise. And the guys are out there right now on the ice, skating with the fans as well. And there's a lot of people out there. It's brilliant to see.
Yeah, it is. It's really busy out there. The guys are probably happy to be out there. I think the last time we did one of these was way back when things weren't going quite so well for us. And it was after a loss. But there's definitely a lot of laughing and, a lot of smiles on the ice. And that's great to see.
Brilliant. Well, Lewis, listen, have yourself a great week. I know you've got a lot of phone calls to make. You've got a lot of texts and emails and everything to send, so we'll let you go. We'll see you during the week.
Yeah, cheers, Chris.
Well, Sean, pretty much a really close run thing down in your place last Sunday. Pretty much the same tonight.
Yeah, it's a good game, good battles. I mean, we always play better against top teams. We know there's a lot of offensive threat you've got. And we battened down the hatches as much as we could, and that was a good game.
Let's talk about Mr. James in your net tonight, because he pulled off some blinding saves, and your transition just seems so good. You just seem to be able to move the puck from back to front really, really quickly.
Yeah, Ethan's been a godsend to us. Obviously, we've had a lot of goalie injuries this year, and Ethan coming in has really helped us out and a bit of depth in our goaltending. But we're a good skating team, so our transitional play is always going to be quick and fast, and we've got some offensive-minded forwards that really want to turn that game from defence to offence quick.
You're obviously, where you are in the league right now, but there's no reason to expect you not to be able to move up at some point soon, because you're picking up points, as you say, against all the teams.
It's consistency. We have a lot of penalty trouble. I don't think we get the rub of the green that much on the refs. We've got a load of injuries at the moment. I've got about 3 or 4 bodies out. It's just finding that consistent form. I just said to the boys after the game, it's like, even though it's a loss, it's last 4 games we've played well, and you expect to lose games. You're not going to win every single one, and it was a good loss. We played well and we've done what we needed to do.
It's not a bad all-round weekend. I mean, the win against Bracknell yesterday, so it's not all bad really.
No, Bracknell was our key this weekend. I mean, if we were to say 2 points this weekend, it would have to have been Bracknell just to get us that playoff battle going on at the bottom. But no, I'm quite happy with the weekend. How it's gone. You were more clinical on PP tonight, and that was the story of the game, really.
Brilliant. Well, Sean, listen, thanks so much for talking to us. Safe journey home and see you soon.
Thank you.
So once again, thanks to both head coaches for taking the time to us to chat after the game. 6-4 win, which means a 2-point weekend for Lightning once again, of course. Of course, that result was marred, of course, by the injury on Saturday night to Robin Kovar and the fact that James Griffin left the game on Sunday through injury. We'll have news about those as we go through the week. Until then, 7 o'clock next weekend. Telford Tigers are back in town. Face off here 7 o'clock at the Milton Keynes Arena. You can get more information on the Facebook page and on the Milton Keynes Lightning website. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.